Wah. Wah. Hello everyone, it's another day, another stream with me, Munii Shoda. Hello. Sorry I was running late today. Today I had I sound stuffed up, but I'm okay. I'm okay. But what was it today? Today, I had a little bit of issues because at source browser. I had what was it called? Like the issue that I had was I had a what was it called? Like update my computer because basically what was happening was that like how do you describe it? Like what was happening was that my VTube Studio wasn't opening, so I was just like, why isn't it opening? So I was like, okay, I guess I have to restart my computer. Hello, heaps of yeeps, welcome in. So I had to make sure that like that was turned on for that. But yes, today we are continuing on with rendering the digital circus illustration done by Fiercest Bard. As I work on it for them. Let me just move things so I could see everyone's lovely messages. I think I am getting... I am still a bit sick. It is what it is. Well, that's so cool. Yeah. It's covered, but this is the light art. The light artist is right here, Fiercest Bard. Please check them out. They have a YouTube channel. They're currently working on... I think they recently finished a fan art of Mint Fantome. And they're currently working on Zentreya fan art currently. But because... he's doing so many different illustrations and many different projects, I'm helping him with the coloring aspect of some of his prints because we're all preparing for we're all kind of like hands on deck for Carrier Con, as we will be attending this year for one of our first art tables of the year. Very exciting indeed. We also just recently received some other products that we are very excited to start including with our lineup. We also still need to order the stickers and other prints we have prepared. Sorry. But it's a fun illustration. I think that, like, you know, I'm trying my best to do as much of the rendering as possible so then Bard can just continue focusing on the Zentreya art. But of course, like, you know, by the time I send this over to Bard, he will be doing his own corrections in terms of the rendering. But this is just to kind of, like, you know, get the bulk out of the way, if that makes sense. And that's what teamwork is all about. Of course, there's some creative liberties I'm taking. Like, for example, how I rendered Regatha's hair a little bit. Because it's kind of hard to render when they're covered in shadows, right? But there is, like, light bouncing off of things. So, but what I might do now that I have took a time to, like, away from the piece, right? I might, like, shade some of this stuff in as well. Like that. Make it a little bit dark because there's not going to be much light over there. Should do her arm as well. But yeah, this is where we're kind of at with this illustration. And let's get to it. I should be playing something on for my side of things. I have a habit of like sometimes when I'm like kind of just jumping right into things, I don't play any music or any things in the background for myself because you guys can hear music and stuff like that, right? But for me, I like listening to other things mostly because it's not that I don't like listening to the same song over and over again on loop. That's what you guys are going to be dealing with. But I like listening to like podcasts or people talking lately. Because I really enjoy Claire Obscure. I've been listening to a lot of like Claire Obscure theories and stuff like that. And like some interpretations and things like I didn't even think about. I also learned about like their development, like more clearly on how the team was kind of formed and everything. All the people who were doing research for Claire Obscure, man, it's so helpful for some people like me who really didn't know like the history of their development. And it makes me appreciate the game even more, honestly. Huh. Did I miss that section? And then... There we go. Like that. Brush that. Trying to think of how to render her sleeves, honestly. Oh wait, am I doing it right? I need to look at Regatha again. Excuse me. It's one of those weird, like, shapes. Hello, Shen. How are you? Let me just put this to the side so I can listen to the podcast or explanation for, Expedition 31. How are you, though? I didn't expect to be this obsessed with, like, kind of, like, looking up Expedition 31 lore and stuff like that, honestly. Fade this a little bit. Like that. Because you want to have that, again, the dramatic lighting. Because she's covered by Jax, right? So how she's going to be hit by light is very different. So a lot of her light is going to be done because of, a lot of her is going to be hit by, the reflection. So it's kind of tricky. Like, here might be hit by a bit of reflection of light. And maybe like a little bit light catching there as well. Like that. Yeah. And then I think like you do go in with the harsher shadows for this as well, at a later time. Duplicate layer. And then we're gonna delete all that. And then we're gonna color them all in and erase. I feel like that's like probably the way to go about all this. Hi Timahel, welcome back in today. Shade them all in. Like that. So we see how the light's gonna hit off of him. Oh, can't finish coloring in his ear apparently. Let's see. Kind of tricky. I'm fine, it's my day off. Played video games and read manga all day. Oh, what manga did you read? I started reading Gans. It's trash, but so far it's but cool so far. Ah, I read Gans a long time ago. Mostly because like, well, I read it a long time ago, but I don't remember everything about it, honestly. Sorry, I just noticed there was a bit of a coloring issue there. And then also want to make sure we could. Coloring. I'm wondering how. Ooh, it looks sort of creepy, doesn't it? It's rendering time. It is rendering time. He looks so creepy. I need to like really like lighten all the the light rays just so I have a better grasp. And then maybe a little bit of shine here. That. Like that. And maybe that. Because, like, we need to make sure that it's, like, a hard light, because that's the shoulder is hitting this light. The smile reminds me of a character in Hazbin Hotel. I do think that, like, you know, the surgence of, with the resurgence, or not resurgence, but, like, you know, when it comes to adult animated films, right, they tend to have, like, characters who are very morally corrupt, right? And, like, the teeth is very, you know, the shark teeth really is, like, an element that's really tied to that, isn't it? Kind of like, you know, it illustrates that they're mischievous. Like, you know, like certain character, it's kind of like character cliches, right? Like having the sharp teeth for someone who is the one who's like a little bit more on the questionable characters, flawed characters, evil characters, depends on how you want to phrase it. Like that, yeah. And then we also have to do his chest, right?
Hi, friends.
Ah, hello, friends, indeed. Hello, hello. It's kind of weird because, like, his chest is very, like, up, right? Like that, you know? Like, his half of his body should be kind of like in shadow, right? A little bit of hints over there, right? Like that. Because, again, if we're looking at how the light's hitting him, right? It should be hitting his chest like that. Is that Zooble? Yes, it is indeed. Zooble just... Ah, crap. Staring at the chest. Let's shade. Make it softer like that. You use graphics tablet or mouse? If I use the mouse, it'd be way more stiff, right? I'm not that talented to use a mouse to do any of these shadings or coloring. I have a tablet monitor because before I left my when I worked for a office, and we had they made it so like we could get like expense certain like things for like development, for personal development, right? So what I chose to do with the money, I think I put all the money like that I could, like all my spare money, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna use it to buy a tablet monitor. And it hasn't paid off, obviously, because I don't really do that much like art as much as I would like to. I do use it a lot as a second monitor, honestly. Probably a lot of people do that too. But like, probably one of the better purchases I made with like, especially since I didn't have to actually spend money on it. I will say, if you ever get like an office job where they do give you those kind of opportunities to spend, to like kind of like get recouped the costs of certain equipment, I say take advantage of that, and I did. And it was a very wise decision, definitely. Because this, I think the monitor I use is like definitely in the thousands, right? And I've been using it for now... How many years have I been using this monitor for? Gosh. For like 6 years now? Like, so this was like a worth it investment, you know? Should have checked more carefully to make sure I didn't miss any parts of the body. There we go. Oops. Part of me kind of wonders if I should... like that. That a little bit. As long as it works. Yeah, basically. I would say, though, for anybody that is thinking about getting into art, especially digital art, is it worth it to spend this much money on equipment? At my level, maybe not. Like, I can't remember how big my screen is, but definitely what I would say for anybody thinking about getting into digital art especially, start small. Always start... There are cheaper models and tablets you could definitely use. Mine is actually really big. Like, it's as big as well, as a monitor would be, right? A standard like monitor. But what does that mean, right? Like, so because some people's like, I don't remember what size my tablet is at the moment. I'm too lazy to check. I think I have it in the notes of my Twitch description, like what I use. But like, I would not recommend people. I would not recommend people buy a tablet monitor unless you know you're really going to use it at the end of the day. Because like, it's not worth it to to invest that much money. It's the same as like for athletic equipment, right? I would say it's always like start with like something that's small, or if you know a friend that has a tablet monitor, like ask them if you can like play around with their monitor. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to drawing, especially, right? And it's also like the same view I have with like even with like streaming, right? Start cheap, see if you even like it first, right? And then if you really enjoy it, then make that big investment. Like for VTubing, there's so many like cheaper options than how I first started streaming. And I would recommend those methods first. Like even if I were to start again, I probably would go with like the cheaper options, which would be like, don't get a custom model immediately, or there's a difference between customizable and like a fully custom model. Mine would be considered under the spectrum of like, this is a custom model that I commissioned somebody to make just for me, right? Not recommended for anybody who's starting out streaming. But like back when I first started streaming, there weren't like a lot of different options. It was kind of like we definitely didn't have any of the customizable models that you see nowadays, or as many, at least, like many options. And nowadays you do see it way more often. Yeah, you need to know how to use it to really make it profitable. And it's not even like to make it profitable, it's more like, is it worth it, right? Because for a lot of streaming, for example, streaming isn't really the most... I'll say this over and over again. Streaming is a very unforgiving financially career, because you have to appeal to certain audiences. And I'm not saying this to be kind of like, oh guys, you should give poor Munii more money. Streaming is a very privileged position, right? In a sense of like, not everyone can afford to stream, let alone if they can afford to stream. Just because you, like, for example, I stream every single day. I try to stream around 5 a.m., but like, you know, obviously that's not 5 a.m., 10 a.m. But obviously I'm not even on time all the time, right? But like, you know, it can be tricky, right? Like I do this much streaming, but I don't get much money from it, right? Now, would I be able to do this for a living? Probably not, if not for my partner taking on most of the bills to let me to do this, you know, living my best housewife life, in a sense. But like, again, not everyone can afford to do that kind of lifestyle. But it's like, it seems like, oh, it's such a cushy job. Like, wouldn't you want to do it? Like, there is a cushiness to it, obviously, right? But it is also hard work to a certain extent, right? Because you're always like constantly trying to compete with the algorithm, to a certain extent compete with like other streamers as well, as much as like, you know, it should not be about like trying to have certain rivalries with like other streamers, but like it really is kind of the truth, right? You need to find ways to stand out on your own and like kind of like appeal to the certain audiences, figuring out what kind of audience you want to like appeal to as well, right? There's like a lot of thought process when it comes to streaming, like more than a lot of people actually tend to realize nowadays. Especially because like you see advertisers, for example, they don't really understand that, like, you know, I can't just slap an advert onto my stream, or just any advert. Hello, Muzan, how are you? Like, you can't just do certain things that you want, right? Because then it could change the perception people have on you and your content, right? They're kind of like going like, oh, geez, this person, right? They are so money hungry, and in reality, sometimes it's more so because like, well, they got to eat, right? But I remember back in the earlier days of like YouTube, people would get so mad at people for like are trying to make some sort of income off of like content creation, and people always call them like sellouts for it. How long have I been streaming for? I've been streaming for about almost 5 years now, if not 5 years. I'm pretty sure it's actually been 5 years now that I think about it. It's had its up and downs, honestly. I've been very lucky in the sense of like the community I've developed have they come and go, but like they've generally, anybody who's like come by the stream has been fairly supportive. I haven't had any major controversies, thankfully. Not that I should be getting into any controversies. I'm pretty boring. Like, I'm not a very interesting you know what? Okay, I try to say I'm not boring, right? I try to not say that like I'm boring inherently. But what I will say is that, like, I've had some interesting reasons for I had some interesting opportunities through streaming. I got to meet my partner through streaming. For me, streaming, I would not change even like my experiences through streaming is very unique in the sense of like, I'm very lucky about the connections that I've made. And it turned out all right for me. It's also the reason why I work can you say part-time, really? Voluntarily for VFleet at the moment as their tech producer, because like I didn't really think that like I could work in the content creator space, but here I am, like working as one of their tech producers. Of course, I try my best to kind of like do stuff with the talents and stuff like that, and like make stuff happen for them. But hopefully, it leads to more opportunities in the future as well, right? Because like, you want to try to work towards something at the end of the day. Maybe I should give more, like... like that. And then... ah, crap. Forgot to switch back. That. I feel like I can erase more. Because you want to have that dynamic, like, shape. And then you want to blur it out a little bit. And then feather it out a bit. Like having dynamic shadows like really like makes it a little bit more I hope you found your stream 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, really happy that you were able to join us. Sorry, I kind of like sometimes want to get quiet because I'm trying to think about how this shading works logically. Because even though like, I'm doing the kind of the coloring on this on one layer, the shading in one layer. It's just to keep things simple, right? Make it a bit creepy. Like that. Blend it a bit out. You can actually highlight his eye wrinkle right here. That. Because again, you want the light to bounce off of them, right? A little bit. Oop. Yeah. Like, it's also like, hello, I'm a Brazilian. Hello, totally country. I've all said. Welcome in, welcome in. Are you I'm guessing the balls fan is in reference to soccer? Or, football, as the rest of the world probably calls it. Like that. Actually, should probably higher up. Okay. I made a country balls from Flushy. What's that? And why frost? Delicately do that. Maybe something like that. France is your country? Actually, Country Balls is an internet meme from 2009 where countries were represented in balls. Oh, interesting. What was I doing in 2009? Oh, I was stuck in like Vocaloid hell. Not hell, I shouldn't say that, like with the stain. I was like super into Vocaloid back at that time. Ooh, I like how that looks actually with his gloves. What was I doing back then at the 2009s? It really was, like, I was obsessed with Vocaloid in 2009. Oops. Airbrush it about a bit. And then a gentle erasure. Until then, I was in high school, same. I was like deep into Vocaloid back then. Do you remember all the things in high school that you guys were interested in back in those, like, when you were in high school? That. These ones look so much nicer than this one. Maybe, like, we'll restart it. Oops. No. Yeah, I think, like, it just needs a little bit more. Like that. Maybe that's what I was looking for. That. It's not so much the shine, so much more as, like, I just need to go all in for, like, the shading, you know? Yeah, it looks so good. Thank you. I try my best to do the rendering justice right now. in his banana gloves. Whoops. And then we color in some of the lines here. Oop. Oop. That. Mm-hmm. And then we go in with the eraser to just blend it out. Blend that out a little bit more. Because even though it's like the shadows are behind Jax, right? It's still in front of Pomni, you know what I mean? So it's okay for it to have like the harsh shadows, because it's also like the harsh shadows are going to be hitting, or like the light is going to be hitting, like this is my logic, right? The light is still going to hit the hand quite a bit. Same with his arm. Could be hitting like some light. Not that pen, but like blend it out a little bit. Because his shoulder's going to protrude, right? Maybe it should be more like that, though. Yeah. Something like that, you know? Because there's going to be some shadows. Armpit line. Hit. Lighting is complex. It really is. Because light hits... Even if I'm theorizing light's gonna hit in certain directions, it may not, right? That's why it does take a lot of practice when it comes to rendering to a certain extent, right? It's definitely a lot of, like, patience. Because you also, not only are you thinking about, like, the sun is hitting it, right? You also think about, like, reflection. It's my boy! Is it your boy? Hi, Jace. Welcome in.
I just found out there's an actual clinical name for what you call it when you can't sleep at night and you just eat instead. It's called insomnia.
Insomnia. Long time ago I painted figurines, remember everything lighting, yeah. It also depends on what kind of, like, lighting style you want to do, right? Because it's not about, like, light, it's also about reflection, right? Yeah. Can probably give his butt a bit more light. I feel like I should also be giving the key a bit more brightness. Let's just try that again for this. It's also especially hard with, like, with metal too, Because metal has a very interesting way of how it retains light. Need reflection for reflection, exactly. Me need 4 self-break from crafting for 8 hours yesterday. Put 1.5 hours today, gonna bury myself out, but if no do craft, me get fidgety. I know what that means, right? Like, what, or not what that means, but like what that feels like, I should say. Like, there'll be days where I'm like obsessed with crocheting, and I'll go like months just crocheting, and then to the point where it hurts my hands. And then, and even when I'm sitting, I have to like be doing something. Like I'm one of those people that bounces their knee a lot when I'm doing stuff, and then people hate it. I still haven't figured out, like, King Earth, Strato. But yeah, this is only me putting in like roughs rendering, because after this it goes straight to Bard. So Bard gets to do like the final rendering in the end. I can actually now show you guys what I mean by like Bard does the final rendering. And what it looks like from taking it from me, who has worked on the coloring, to Bard, who does the final stuff after like sending me the line art. Like how heavy does like Bard fix the art, right? Because I think that might be interesting for you guys to see like how we kind of like pivot off of each other when it comes to art. I know I'm taking a break right now. I just have those rare days where I lock in for basically the whole day, and yesterday was kind of it. Today for me, breaks are important for creativity. It really is. You also have to do a bit of the outline for here too as well. Same with her hair. It's interesting for Pomni because Pomni's like the back of her hair is being hit. And a bit of her teeth would get hit too. My girls. It's both my boys. You're just chilling in the couch in the garage waiting for the time to acquire the child. As I be. Girls. How do people feel about the various like characters in Digital Circus? Like, is there a particular character that you're not a fan of? Just blend it out a bit more. My main cast? No, I have some affection. I have affection for all of them. I see, I see. I think the only character I don't super love is Regatha, but I think it's not that I dislike the character inherently. I think that like in the cast, because she has to be kind of a little bit more of like the straight character a little bit for that contrast. Yeah, not a fan of the NPC that King created in the last episode, however, the one for the adventure. Ah, I see, I see. But yeah, but generally in terms of Regatha, like, it's not that I dislike the character inherently, it's just like, you know, she's not my most favorite, but I can appreciate her character. Like that. Cleaner line. As if you were a good tip, but when I watched live streams and cast and VA learned some affection. Aries affection, yeah. Like, you know, like sometimes when you see like the behind the scenes, like you kind of understand the character a bit more. Like you are like, you know what? You may not be my favorite, but like I can appreciate why this character has to exist. I do think Regatha does have to be there to help balance out the crew. I do think it's necessary. That. Yeah, one with the other feels off. Yeah, I feel it'd be horribly unbalanced if Regatha didn't exist. Catch some lights here too. Okay, we also want to make sure we do some shadows over here. Like that. This one doesn't have as many, so we'll do kind of more of the tips. Again, it's mostly like where the light might catch a little bit, but not too much. Like that. Just like how it might catch about here. It's very much like a patience kind of like type of thing. Because you can't have too much light for a lot of these things. But light does still exist with these areas, you know what I mean? Like, just like how it's gonna catch down here, even though there's a shadow over it. Again, it's more like, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect because light can sometimes be a little bit unpredictable. A lot of this is just like predicting where the light's gonna land and catch. But sometimes light's unpredictable in the sense of you don't know what is reflecting, because there very much could be like a mirror under here, right? And then that reflects the light onto them even more so. So it's just like kind of going with your best assumption sometimes when it comes to doing like rendering. By the way, I was never very good at painting, for anybody that's kind of curious. I did want to major in illustration at one point, though. Trying to acquire the child, see you in 10-ish. No worries, Juice. Have safe travels. That. Then we just feather it out. And then feather it out. Because these two things are not going to have much light onto it. But her little orbs over here is going to have quite a bit of light. And then this one. That's in the shadow. Like that. Like that. That. Kind of weird to highlight that area, but kind of necessary. Like, even just like little highlights like emphasize like the kind of like the little 3D-ness of this illustration, you know? Even if it's just like little bits and pieces like getting caught out. Like that. Because you can kind of like see how the dynamicness of like the illustration, because the goal of rendering really is to help the illustration kind of pop out a bit more. Because it could just be a flat image. It could be just a flat color, right? But it really depends on what kind of like art you're aiming for. Because like you have to be gentle with, I think, with some of this in a weird sense, right? Be gentle with like how the rendering goes. And then we maybe highlight a little bit of the knuckle. Like that. Digital circus art? Nice, yeah. I'm mostly just doing the coloring and rendering. I'm not that cool to illustrate this. It's actually for CarrierCon. Also, hi Adrian, how are you? Well, that show? Who's your favorite? And I swear to God if it's Jax, because that's everyone's favorite, I feel like. I still need to figure out Kinger. Kinger is the best, honestly. I also agree. I also like Pomni, honestly, as well. Maybe like that. So slight teeth. Okay, now let's try to work on Kinger, because Kinger's the one I've been avoiding actually this entire time in terms of shadow. Because he's in such a weird spot. Because he's one of the few characters that's, like, along with Gummigoo, is not cut in the shadows, so, like, he gets to be more in the light. Like that. Maybe more like that. He's definitely the hardest one to do. You have returned home? Welcome home, Juice. I think I'm getting the idea for how Kinger should be lit. He's such a like an interesting character. But like because of like how he's kind of built, you kind of have to do like very like more harsh kind of like shading, because he's the one he's not really a soft item. Like everybody else has more of a solid kind of base to it, but he has like, or no, everyone else can have like more like kind of like Abel like is very solid, and same with like Gangles, like kind of like they have like a hard element, but a lot of them have like kind of soft elements. The soft elements can also be tricky to kind of capture. So like with his cape being like so fluffy, right, it's also hard to kind of like predict how the shadow would hit. But then he also has like these nice harsh edges, if that makes sense. So like they're nice places for like that light would love to hit. I don't get to nap today. Aw. In 2 hours, Friendo's coming to pick up blind box I got for her. Then 30 minutes after, I'm taking Grammy to the doctor. Ah. No rest for the responsible, unfortunately. Hopefully you get to rest soon enough, Juice. Just kind of like light. Kind of lightly like... There. Carve out. We want to carve out his shapes a little bit more as here too. This one has to be kind of gentle, I feel. Like, I'm not sure how to describe it. I feel like I need to have like a smaller spray as well. Just kind of like get into those nooks. And then we erase it again. It's very much like a erase and then return. To blend out. Then over here we can have a little bit of kind of the nice blend to the transition. Yeah. Like watch trashy. I read the trashy cliche manhwa, of course. Oh, I'm very sad because the other day the site that I used to read my trashy manhwa, unfortunately, it got closed down. So I had to find a new place to read my definitely definitely not bata wink wonk, you know, because we read our manhwas legally here, right, chat? Yes, legally. 100%, yeah. So I've been trying to find like other sites that will allow me to read certain series that I haven't that I now need to find a new source to read from. And it's been tricky because I think like they did try to restore a certain site, but it immediately got shut down. I think in terms of this illustration, I think I pretty much got the base shadows down, at least. And then I think it's like another layer of like certain other shadows. But I could like technically leave that to like bar to enhance. But I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by like, you know, when it comes to rendering, what do I mean by like, you know, like I do the draft rendering, and then Bard kind of comes in to do his the final render, right? I need to find it. I have so many files I need to like delete. Here it is. So if you guys didn't know, this was an illustration that Bard worked on and I colored for him while he was working on the background. And so like this is how I sketched out the shading and lighting for everything, and I separated it all for him and stuff like that. And then he took this and then transformed this into this. So if we are able to pop... Oh, we can't see it. Okay. Let me just pop this back in then. Whoop. Can we see both? Okay, now we can kind of see both, right? Okay. So we see how this illustration looks, and then we look at this illustration, right?
So there's some differences you can clearly see other than the background, right? But like things that he worked on was he changed the color, I think, of the hair because like her hair is just very light. This is all based on her actual illustration colors, or canon colors. But if you look at like some things that I worked on, right? Like let's look at the armpit, for example. And then we look over where I shaded it, right? So I gave like a base, and then what Bart does, he goes in and then he just like further adds the detail to properly emphasize the parts that he believes needs more emphasis in some of the areas. And for my shadows, it's more of a, hey, here's a rough like estimate of where I think they should go. And he can either disregard some of the shadows, but like for example, for if you look at the leg, right? He took my advice for where I think the leg shadow should be. And that's what teamwork is he shading? Basically, I do the base shading, and then Bart goes in there and he enhances it based on what he feels is best needed. And sometimes I'll give advice on like where I think the highlight should be. But like the thing is, when it comes to coloring, it takes a really long time to like sometimes to think of everything. And I also do a little bit of corrections in terms of the line art, because even though I'm not the best at doing line art myself, sometimes Bart makes mistakes. I'm not gonna lie. So sometimes like I'll do some corrections. Like for example, he didn't get her headgear correctly when I looked at the original sketch. So I made a little bit of adjustments to make sure it was correct. Or if something looks odd, then I'd be like, hey, Bart, can I like edit the art so it flows a little bit nicer? And so like we have that discussion. It's a little bit nicer because since we live together and since we're also like a team, we can make those like creative decisions without worrying about it. Communication, exactly. So I think that like in terms of Digital Circus though, I think that I put enough of my input of where I think things should be, and then Bart can go from here and kind of decide, okay, like I like how she did this, I don't like how she did this, and he does the final like touches for the rendering. And it's a lot faster for him because then now instead of coloring like 5 different 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 different characters plus a treasure chest, now he can focus on just doing kind of the touch-ups of where he thinks I might have gone wrong and stuff like that. But I just need to rename everything. Because I try to be better about naming things so that it's easier for Bart to find things. But of course, when it comes to me naming things for myself, I don't bother naming things. I'm just like, I'll find it eventually. By the way, didn't anybody watch the Super Bowl? I didn't really watch it. All I know is that Seattle won. Why do I know this? Because Bart yelled really loudly. Bart's not like a Seattle Seahawks fan or anything, but you know how he likes sports. Sometimes you know how some sports fans will like, even if it's not their preferable sports, they'll still yell when they see like really dumb, quote unquote, dumb moves. So he yelled about, he goes like, oh, how did you not see that type of thing? And I was just like, aw, and then I like walked over to Bart. I'm like, Bart, is everything okay? Because you yelled. I thought like Coffee did something actually. And he's like, no, I'm fine. Didn't watch it, but my family did. Can I sneak a nap in like 9 minutes before a friend knew? You think you can sneak a nap? Yeah, sneak a nap if you can, honestly. I don't think your friend would be offended if you took a nap. And if they do, then are they really a good friend? Got overwhelmed immediately. They watched it in the garage and I stuck into to grab a chalky chip muffin and eating dinner just for them to start yelling. Yeah. Sports fans, am I right? I'll never understand sports fans. They should all be anime fans. No, I was kidding. I'm just doing some shines now. Over the ones that kind of need it. Can't really see the light. But I know, like, ribbon does shine. Jax looks like even a bigger jerk than normal is. I love it. They're a sports anime. Combine the two. Yeah. And then maybe airbrush this. I don't think like most of them need that additional highlight. I just think, you know, the more harder ones with the harder like shines need just a little oomph. Like Kinger probably needs it more, for example. Maybe erase like a little bit of this more. Kind of like that, you know. Okay, I think we got it. Gonna be good picking everything your shoulder. Got games on your phone. Definitely, this is definitely like a can you spot like the cameos a little bit? But hello, Pumpkin! And no, you. We are rooting for you as well. Let me just, delete. Huh, these are all the things that, like, I was supposed to shade. I kind of wonder... Where's, I know that Bard gave me, like, a coloring reference, or a shading reference. I think I got rid of it. Oh well. But based on like just the color alone, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Like for a start, Bart's gonna come in and like fix it, but like for the most part, it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna head this over to V2. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Hopefully we get this finished in time for a CarrierCon. Did you guys know that CarrierCon's happening? Do you know what CarrierCon is? If you don't know, CarrierCon is a convention that is on a boat. It's on a carrier. Specifically the Hornet. It's in Alameda. Bar and I have an opportunity to table there, so we got to do that. So it's kind of exciting that that's our first. It's parts for the first official art table that he's going to be doing. So like. It's, I'm gonna not really be at the table that much, admittedly, but Bart is gonna be there, under the name Cappy Buds. So if anybody happens to be in Alameda, especially going to CarrierCon, please drop by the table. I think we can announce that because they kind of did release the list of Artist Alley participants on their website, so that's what we're going based off of. They didn't really email us where our table was. Bart just happened to be looking at the website at the time. So we're really excited to be attending CarrierCon. I know that I'll be helping out a lot with some other things behind the scenes. I can't really say specifically, but I know V Fleet is going to be having a booth over there, where we are going to be doing a lot of meet and greets, and I'm not going to be part of the meet and greets, but a lot of the lovely talents are going to be doing some stuff there. There's also going to be a big screen where you can preview maybe some possibly exclusive content. I don't know. Wink, wink. Let me see how much time we have. We have quite a bit of time left. We could play a one-off game, right? Like we shouldn't be playing any of the series games because I feel like if we, or you know what I could do,
What I could do is I could be doing I could play a little bit of I don't know. I could play some games where like I meant to do kind of cleanup or kind of like I don't know, like I wouldn't say cleanup per se, but like kind of like like how would I phrase it? Like some side missions I wanted to do, but like I keep saying, "Oh, I'll do it off stream," and then I never do it on stream, right? You know what I mean? Like because I feel like it's a little bit too early to really end off the stream. So let me see what I have. Like I could do I could play Kingdom Hearts for like the to do some of the achievement stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's do that then, right? Because I'm not gonna continue with the story of the game. I'll save that for Monday, but we will play a little bit of the I'm gonna turn off the music right now here. I'm gonna switch over to gaming here. Which is not that much of a difference, honestly. I tried to set a different thing for it. But what I will do is that I will do some of the story stuff. So let us set up for that then while we work on that. Because I think like doing at least the side missions, it's good to finish the side missions, but like I know that in my heart I'm probably not gonna bother with a lot of it. So let me just set up edit stream. Finished rendering side missions in KH2. Let's do Kingdom Hearts 2 II and done. Over here, final mix. And then for over on the YubTub side of things, I have to do the whole rendering stream, running the circus slash kingdom side missions II. And okay, that's a very long title, but it's okay because this is not going to be saved in the probably in the main section. Change the name again. Let me do that one more time. Save. Or will it not let me do it while it's like... it won't let me save it. Okay, fine. We won't worry about it. We'll do that. Yeah. Now I need to move the stream over here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, move chat back here. Move this here. Yeah. Okay. Be gone with you. Good morning from Japan. Ohayou gozaimasu. Welcome in, Shinobu. Okay, so we're gonna go to world map. Just side missions, no story.
Just like how we had to play this song again. Where's the song? Is it just this one? Oh, it really is just this. Okay. Is it morning in Japan?
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl?
Ah!
The girl who has everything. Look at this trove. Treasures untold. How many ones
I pressed things too early.
Looking around here you think. Sure.
Ah!
She's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal.
Ah, I hate this.
I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing, walking around on those. What do you call them?
Ah, I always press it too soon.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
Kingdom Hearts did not make a good rhythm game. I was welcomed by Disney. Why did you move on to Kingdom Hearts? Because we finished rendering the illustration, so I'm just doing a bunch of side missions I wouldn't have done off stream. I can't do it in Yakuza, mostly because, like, if I do it in Yakuza, it will progress the story by accident, so I don't sure how far I can get in the game. So I'm just doing all the side missions in Kingdom Hearts right now, so then I don't have to worry about them later. Like, Jiminy's journal, let's look at it, right? It's basically just cleanup stuff. Like, it's not really, like, anything, like, really big. But for example, like, I'm missing 2 treasures in the Olympus Coliseum, so can look that up. Pridelands has actually quite a bit, doesn't it? Agrabah, I'm missing 2, a couple of them. The puzzles. Like that, I think. Oh, wait, also this. I don't know where the like... Maybe up here. So many puzzles. The puzzles. Like, for example, all these challenges, I didn't do any of them, right? Good evening, lads. How are you? Hello, Blood. How are you? We're doing good. We're just trying to find all the treasure chests for everything. Oh, here's one. Perfect. Come on, destroy this. Sadness. Why can't they destroy this thing? Sadness in my heart. Nice, I'm always feeling good. That's good. Definitely forgot this is not evening. Is it not evening? Is it evening for you? Let's see. Treasures. I'm missing 2 of them. Let's see. How can I get them? Delete that, because we can close that. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts. Hearts to treasure locations. Well, in my time, yeah, but not in your time. Yeah, my time is I'm at what, almost 1 p.m. Agrabah. Ruined chamber near the stairs. Near save point. Is that really? I missed those 2? Dang. Okay. By the way, I'm just making a huge assumptions. Sigh. Well, one thing I say. Mambo? What's that mean? Oh gosh, what am I even doing? What are you even doing?
Take this.
Okay.
Back off.
Boom, 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 boom. Get away! Challenges. Treasure room. Oh, what's this? Press triangle to begin the duel. Don't let him heal. I'm gonna give up. What if I switch party to no! Boost. Okay, well now I got all the treasure at least. And then this bastard. Oh, it's so tantalizingly close. I think I need a double jump for that.
Give me strength. Back off. It's over. Back off.
Wow, I'm really not strong enough to even make a dent in that. See you later, maybe. Need to go have fun. Yeah. No worries. Have a good evening. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. So that is up there. Okay. SB Sand Slider. Redo Cable Wonders Chasm of Challenges. Give it a try. I like how they're very much like, try it again. Oh wait, yeah, I was wanting to know the treasures. Olympus Coliseum. Bye-bye, blood. We're looking for Olympus. Olympus. 9 and 10. 9 is and 10. We need to go through the Lost Road. Lost Road. Swimming over here. Oh, shoot. Entrance.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Take this. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Rah.
I do appreciate though that that I can actually hold my own against these
Yeah.
everything. I know I was like struggling a lot at the beginning, but now I feel a lot better. I get used to everything. Thank you for the reminder, Pumpkin. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Rah. Yeah. 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 Ha. It's over.
Yeah. Item. Items.
Ha. Ha. Rah. Back off. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. It's over.
Oh my gosh, please.
Ha. Ha. Take this.
Entrance.
Ha. 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 Yeah. Rah. Ha. Rah. Rah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. 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 Ha. Rah.
Gosh.
Ha. Yeah.
Gosh.
Ha. Take this. Yeah.
Bad dog. Why do they more keep coming?
Ha. Yeah. Ha. Rah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. It's over. Ha. Take this.
Gosh, is it over now? Finally. Okay. Now we're at the entrance. Travels in an underworld caverns, lost roads. What's this? Oh, what's my cup? Okay. Should I buy more stuff? Like, yeah. Should buy more of this. Recipes. Okay. It won't even tell me like where things are specifically located. Okay, do I like need... Let me look specifically. Travel through the underworld caverns, the lost road. Follow the path to the left until you reach a staircase that leads back to the entrance. Enter to find the chest on a ledge. Okay. Gosh, it's so irritating. Like you're trying your best to find all these things. I'm guessing it's this way. Okay. Oh God! I forgot about that completely.
Ha! It's over. Yeah. Back off.
The lost road. Okay. Travel. Follow to the path to the left.
It's over.
Oh God, please! Why couldn't I get that? Why couldn't it have just given it to me? Okay, path to the left. Oh. You bastard. Oh shit! Shit! Where will I get the second, like the double jump? I want to know. I can't get it. Okay. It was a moot point anyways. Anyways, got all the treasure chests. And now I can do the Colosseum things right now. Sadness in my heart. So much sadness. But I'm pretty happy. Like, with the amount of treasure chests I get, I'm pretty good at finding a majority of them. Pretty good. Like, we haven't had any issues. Lutian, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. How was your stream? Hands up, raid time. Show feet. But I don't have a feet toggle. Let me just give you a quick shout out. Shout out. What were you streaming today? There we go. Yeah. Oh my god, it doesn't even recover fully until you just sit there. Never realized that. Hello, Suzumi. How are you? Was streaming Overwatch with the new rebranding stuff. Oh, Overwatch? And there's new branding of Overwatch? Oh, Overwatch 2 with the new branding of Overwatch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't let me be the weird one. Where's your raid message? Oh. Suzumi trying real hard not to be the weird one here. Betrayal. So, were you playing as a cat? I'm guessing the cat is like the new hotness at the moment, right? Is literally Jack Packet? Really? It doesn't actually have an alternative name?
Ha! 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 Yeah! Ha! Rah! Yeah! Ha! Huh! Huh! Ha! Ta! Ha! Huh! Ha! Ha! Yeah!
No. We all love cats here.
Ta! Ha!
I mean, he knows what he is at least.
This is it.
Meanwhile, I'm playing. I just finished doing an art stream. But I didn't want to end off stream so soon, especially because I ended off stream quite early yesterday. So I'm decided to do a little bit of the mini games in Kingdom Hearts because like I'm probably not gonna do them otherwise. Let's be honest. I'm very lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So might as well just do it now, right?
Rah! Yeah. Ha! Ha! Huh! Ha! Ta! Ha! 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 Ta! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I wish they would just be absorbed. Missions. With 1,000 or more. How many did I get? Not even close to 1,000. Welp. Also, thank you also earlier for the follow, Suzumi. I really appreciate it. Treasures. So I got everything but that. It's so tempting to continue the story and not like, and to say like, oh, I just want to continue the story because I do like playing through the story of Kingdom Hearts quite a bit, right? But I'm kind of like, no, save it for Monday because it's not fair if I just suddenly like, you know, play the game without like being kind of like, well, it wasn't on the schedule, but it is what it is. Let's see. How's Kingdom Hearts before? I never played it. I was forced to do the feat raid message. Her fault. Wow. Wow. Why? What's with the... Do you do a whole thing where you ask chat how to raid out? Kingdom Hearts is pretty good. Honestly, it's one of those games where it's like, is it overhyped? To a certain extent, I would say yeah. Not saying that it isn't, like, for a reason, right? Like, it's obviously a good game, but, like, I do think that, like, the story can be quite convoluted to people. It's not everybody's, like, cup of tea, right? And there are some things that don't hold up. Granted, this is, like, also a game from, like, the 2000s. You have to remember. So, like, there's gonna be some things that are kind of, like, meh. But, like, you can see why people really find this game quite beloved, if that makes sense. No.
Hooray! Thank you very much, dear somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Bear! Oh, Sora, that was frightening.
Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. Not like I get anything from doing this, honestly. It's just more like achievement hunting. 18 more. What much did I get last time? Actually, you know, maybe it's plausible. I just need to lock in. There's so many games. It's one of those gears where I would play there if there was less things. I think for Kingdom Hearts 2, like they tried to stuff it full of like mini games. No, Pooh!
Thank you very much, dear somebody. Hooray!
No!
Hooray! Hooray!
New record! Oh, I got it!
I
Do you have some chance? Yeah, I had to reach 18. They wanted me to reach 18,000 to complete the quest, the mini quest. Missions. See, finished with a score of 18,000 or more. With the title Kingdom Hearts, if you somehow you don't know the history of it, Kingdom Hearts, as you can probably tell, is a collaboration between Disney and Square Enix. So basically do a perfect run. Mostly perfect run. I missed a couple. And this is the second game, obviously, because you can tell. There was a game in between called Chain of Memories. That's a bullshit game. We're not finishing it. I'm kidding. I'm sure there are people who do enjoy it. I did not particularly enjoy it, so that's why we're not playing it. Kingdom Hearts, it spans over multiple different games now because this was originally made around the early 2000s, I want to say. And then it was like at the time when it was first released, it was considered groundbreaking, right? Because never have people really played or thought of like reimagining Disney characters if they were like in a JRPG. Like it was a huge shift, right? Like, hi, Nai, welcome in. It was your Avengers before Avengers. I mean, like that's kind of arguable because Avengers was quite I guess you could say modern Avengers, like what people think of Avengers. And like, so it was like mind-blowing because at this point, like Square Enix or Squaresoft and Square Enix, right? Or no, rather, Square Enix, I'm not sure when they combined together, but like, you know, Square Enix is known, or it was known for several games. Games such as Final Fantasy, the Dragon Quest series, like, and this was like because which was it? I can't remember. Like if it was Squaresoft. Was Squaresoft was the one that was known for Final Fantasy, right? So regardless, I'm going on a tangent about these games' history, but basically, as the story goes, an employee of Square Enix was that proposed this game was in the elevator with a Disney executive, or they're part of the same building in Japan, right? And they had thought they've wanted to like collaborate with Disney, but obviously it's kind of really hard to get those deals with Disney because Disney has a very specific like requirements for what they expect their games to look like or how their characters are presented. You cannot just simply be all like, "Oh, hey, Disney, can we use Mickey?" You know how to like Disney is like you don't joke around with Disney, right? So the Square Enix employee was just like, "Hey, Disney employee, I'm gonna do an elevator pitch to you. What if we made a JRPG that had showcased a lot of your different IPs?" And like, you know, we put them in like this battle RPG that's gonna like it's gonna be like really interesting because they can travel all to different worlds and like, you know, it'll be like cool, right? It'll be done like tastefully, stuff like that. And so Disney was like the Disney person that they talked to was kind of like, you know what? I am interested in your pitch. I'm going to give it a shot, right? That was basically it's not exactly word verbatim, obviously, but like it's basically that was the vibes. And then so they tried it, and originally the character Sora, who is the main protagonist, as you see right here, he was actually supposed to be Mickey. But I think at one point during development, they're like, "Hey, we don't super love that Mickey's going around doing all these things. Can we change it to like a different character?" So they made this new character named Sora, who at the time was like maybe like a 12, 13-year-old boy. And he basically gets involved in this plot where the world is being taken over by darkness and Heartless and stuff like that, right? So you know what? Because his world basically gets essentially destroyed in a sense, right? So he has to try to figure out the mystery of where his friends are, and like also be like this Keyblade holder, because the Keyblade is the key to various things. I'm explaining the story of Kingdom Hearts terribly, but it's actually like as good as they already do it, because Kingdom Hearts is notorious for being extremely confusing. Holy crap, that's some deep lore in and out of the game. Yeah, it's like a lot of lore within and out of the game, honestly. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Extreme lore drop, exactly. And I'm not even telling it accurately, honestly. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people out there who's gonna be like, "Munii, that's not what happened." And I'm gonna be all like, "To tell people what happened," and they're all gonna be like, "You're right." Because the story of Kingdom Hearts is so complex. Even people who play the game understand it's basically notorious for being like over the top. So, and this was just the first game, by the way, at that point. But like, it was so groundbreaking that it obviously got us several games, and there's a huge fan base behind the Kingdom Hearts series as a result, because of how much things that they put into this game and the concept. It was just so unique at the time, right? And this was like after, like way after Square did their big collaboration with Nintendo, right? Like, I think the biggest collaboration that Square had done, or Squaresoft, I think, had done at the time, was with Nintendo for Mario RPG. But now this was their second biggest like collaboration, I would say, with any IP. Thank you for the reminder to hydrate. Because again, at this time, very unheard of, like for Disney to even allow this. Because usually with Disney, like you don't really think of them doing like collaborations like this, right? So, how did Kingdom Hearts come to be, right? Or what was the reception of Kingdom Hearts? Well, people were very intrigued, right? Like this whole idea of like this young boy going off on an adventure trying to save the universe, you know, very basic. But like, oh my god, what do you mean you get to fight with Jack Skellington? What? You get to visit, you get to go to like Wonderland and all these other, like, basically a lot of various different like IPs, and like there was an overarching like plot of like people, like, you know, the very classic like light versus dark kind of motif. And when they ended the game, they kind of left it so open-ended that like it was very much implied that they were going to come out with a second game. Like, it was like no question type of thing. And then there wasn't necessarily a problem, I would say, so much as like they decided to do something. They kind of did like a sequel between this game and the first game, and that's Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories is a Game Boy Advance game, or Game Boy DS game. I believe it's a DS game. Chain of Memories. I don't know why they did a DS game, but they got experimental. They used a card mechanic because apparently someone fucking loves cards. Maybe they predicted the whole TCG dedication. I don't know. But anyways, they decided to make a TCG. Not really a TCG, but like they decided to like make a game essentially where you use cards to play, do certain tasks. And what ended up happening was the game wasn't inherently bad so much as that because the first game was on the PlayStation 2, no one knew Chain of Memories existed. It was so under the radar. But, and you're probably thinking, oh, that probably means it wasn't an important part of the story. No, it was actually a significant part of the story, because when people went from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2 and they didn't play Chain of Memories, they were fucking confused. Because what they didn't realize is because Chain of Memories is actually it's like the 1.5 part of the game. Because the only things on the cards is nice art, yeah. They knew it was money. They knew this franchise, like, after the first game, they knew this is basically a moneymaker type of thing, right? But, like, anyways, you're missing, like, half the story. Because, like, what do you mean that, what do you mean that, like, I couldn't, like, I can't play against, not play against, that there's this really big plot that happened and I didn't play it. Yeah, that was Chain of Memories. Like, Chain of Memories, like, was an experimental game that people didn't know about and played very, I want to say wonkily, because, like, you're using because, like, you can see right now it's like kind of like hack and slash RPG, right? In Chain of Memories, it was not that. It was you could only use moves according to what cards you had in your deck, and it wasn't like it was a turn-based kind of like TCG. It was like an action, like card game, like, and the card game, like it was really it wasn't complicated so much as it was really annoying to play, and people have different opinions on whether or not it was a good game or not, but the story was still there. The story for Kingdom Hearts is usually pretty, like, good, all things considered. But anyways, the reason why it was confusing was because they would make a lot of references to Chain of Memories and the plot of Chain of Memories. So a lot of people were just going like, what the fuck? What do you mean there was a story between? Little did they know. Because like, they were saying, going like, oh, after Kingdom Hearts 2, they were thinking like, well, at least it only happened at one time. They couldn't possibly be making other games that are significant to the story. But they'll make it like a mainline title, like, you know, for Kingdom Hearts 3. Little did we all know that they launch other games like in the future, such as like gacha games, PSP games. They did multiple times. They launched a PSP game because, you know, if you have a PlayStation 2, obviously you're gonna have a PSP, right? And also, you love gacha games too, right? They made a gacha game, and the thing is, you're probably sitting there going like, well, again, the story shouldn't be that significant. No, it's all canon. That's the problem. So if you want to know the full story of Kingdom Hearts, you have to play the gacha game. You have to play the PSP game. You have to and what happens if you didn't get a chance to play the other parts of the games? Well, fuck you, I guess. You have to look up other people covering the lore of Kingdom Hearts. What? Exactly. When lore is important as the money. And the thing is that if it was a simple enough lore where it's just like, you know, small one-offs, whatever, right? I guess, right? It kind of sucks to suck that I didn't know that, like, maybe, like, this part... No, the things that these parts of the lore were kind of important and significant to the story. Because they would... And, like... Again, it's not that the story sucks. The story's pretty good. Like, there are some confusing parts to it, of course. But I think because, like, they span over so many different things, like, it's hard to, like, keep track of things. So you'll have people doing, like, you know those conspiracy maps with those, like, shoestrings or yarn connecting everything together? That's basically the Kingdom Hearts fandom with half of this stuff. Because, like, they're trying to, like, map out the exact, like, story of Kingdom Hearts. But because, like, it's like certain things happen in one thing, they have to try to connect it to another thing that happened in a different game that was also, like, relevant, but also no one played. And not saying that people didn't play all these different games, right? That's the thing. People did play these games, but not everybody played every single game, like, unless you're a very dedicated fan. So for casual fans like me, you're sitting there going like, oh yeah, there's Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there's also like Chain of Memories, I guess. Like, that's cool. What do you mean there were more games? What do you mean there's more to the lore? So yeah, Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell. It's hard to get into, but also when you get into it, you're kind of like, oh, that's pretty neat. Like, they tried a lot of things. It's a pretty neat game, right? It's not like it's a bad game inherently, obviously. Like, the reason why the franchise has survived for so long is because of its unique take and, like, its collaborative efforts with the Disney IP, right? And it's very transformative, right? And stuff like that. Like, it's like putting, like, Disney within a Final Fantasy, right? Because they don't use any Dragon Quest characters in this game, which I find is kind of odd because, you know, Square does own the IP for Dragon Quest, but apparently Dragon Quest wasn't cool enough and too big enough to be put into this game. Only Final Fantasy characters. Yeah. Brain is fried right now. There'd be like 4-hour YouTube video I can write. There are actually multiple videos where they would probably tell the story a bit more accurately. Like, people have deep dived this series and probably can tell you about the proper history of how Kingdom Hearts came to be. I'm just doing, like, based on my pure memory of what I understood this series to be. But they do have bullshit things like this thing where they have, because, like, the thing is, this is the not remake per se, but like this is the not the remake, the revised, I don't know. The re-release where they added stuff like this, where you can battle bosses from Chain of Memories. Bullshit bosses like this character, because she's really hard. So she's part of Chain of Memories. Of course, you wouldn't know who the heck she was if you didn't play Chain of Memories. Yeah, my brain is mush now. I know. You should have seen, like, people who are, like, trying to, like, understand the game.
Back off. Take this. Take this.
No! See, this bullshit game. We love it. We love the bullshit, though, you know. I wanted to see if I could beat her. I wasn't sure. Like, it is. I'm on a harder mode. It's not normal mode, so it's another reason why it's a little bit harder, but, like, yeah. Again, I'm explaining Kingdom Hearts so terribly right now because there's going to be multiple people out there going like, Munii, that's not accurate. That's not correct. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's true. That's very true because I didn't play the original. I didn't play much of. I didn't play much of the what's it called? Of the series myself. I actually, for anybody that's kind of like confused and going like, oh, Munii, you seem like such an expert on the game and this is probably your childhood. Nope, I watched my siblings play this game. I would never, like, who would ever be correct in this? Like, you know, honestly, yeah. But anyways, I watched my siblings play this. I'm not the baby in my family. I'm like the second child, but like, I before streaming, I had a heavy preference of watching other people play games, which is why I never actually completed this game myself. A lot of streaming nowadays for me is me kind of going through games I never really had a chance to play for various reasons, mostly because I wasn't cool and I was cool. Oh, sure, I'll borrow it. Skateboard. Ride through all the checkpoints as fast as possible. Oh, shit. You bastards. Oh, you bastards. Yeah, they added a skateboard mechanic to this game. Oh, that's how you got it. So that's how we got it. Huh. But yeah, they like adding new things to the game that's like not really all that important. Like the skateboarding mechanic. The powerful Garo at the end of the combo. Training 11. Sure. Oh wait, no, I need draw. We all love this game secretly and also hate it. You got a sub for the job. Oh, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. I try my best to do the lore drops, undo game. I like talking about games a lot, like in like kind of the whole, you know, the breaking down the story from what I understand from not just Kingdom Hearts, but also other games too. I think the last lore heavy game we played that we finished rather. Oh, thank you for the gift. I really appreciate it as well. One of the games that we finished recently with lore was actually the which was the Expedition 33. We played through that recently and it was really good. I really liked that, and I like breaking it down and talking about my choices for some of the game. For example, like one of the things that we talked about for Expedition 3 is like, because well, I shouldn't try to talk about the spoilers, but I think it was a very well written. It was very well written, is what I'll say. Right? There's Mickey right there. It was a game that, like, you know, I didn't it was. I wouldn't say it's like one of those games that like you don't expect to be good. It's one of those games that like you kind of sit there and you kind of go like, oh, so like this is from a smaller company. Like, are they gonna be? Is it like worth? I don't want to say worth playing, but kind of like, is it like worth is it like worth investing your time into? Like, it's tricky to say, right? Like the game. Still don't understand Gustav not coming back with the rest of the party. In the Beast story. You think, right? Ah, that pain in the ass. I hate this monster so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, I was hoping I could like skateboard and like skate around. Yeah! This one is the hard one to get because I think I need double jump in order to get it. To be like, huh. Or like to get it from over here. I'm guessing like jump on here, here, jump and then hit, right? Double jump hit? Oh no. So it makes you mad? Was Gustav your favorite villain? What puzzle piece did I get? Heart. Missing one. One puzzle piece. Was that the... Is this the last one I can get? That one over there? Pieces. No, there's 3 more. Oh, in the other area. Okay. Wait, did I not get all the treasure chests here? I got all the treasure chests I can get for now, I guess. Was Mulan even out at this point? Holy, I thought Mulan was much later. Mulan the movie? Mulan, a lot of these games were... Oh, we were talking about Expedition 33. Sorry, I'm thinking like Gustav from... Gaston is who I was thinking of. My god. I'm sorry, Nick Overman. Did I tell you I have 1 brain cell? Ah, yes, I was a bit sad that Gustav did not come back. Not, Jesus, like, my brain, like... That's embarrassing. I mean, in terms of, Expedition 33, was he truly the main guy if he, wasn't there for most of the game? All good, I won brain cell too.
Okay.
Yeah!
What's the point of having that tier?
Yeah!
But yeah, Expedition 33 was pretty interesting. But in terms of Mulan definitely was Mulan the game or the movie did exist, yes. In because a lot of these games, so this game wasn't released, what, 2006? So even if we go to the journal, when did Mulan get released? Because it actually tells you when their movies were released. 1998. Well, yeah, I took a while in Act 1 and was attached at that point. I think, like, Act 1 felt the longest, and then when you got further in Expedition 33, you realized how short it actually is when you think about it, right? Like, Expedition... I know we're talking about Expedition 33 while playing Kingdom Hearts, so that's kind of a weird thing. But yeah, in terms of Mulan came out in 1998. Let me just double check when Kingdom Hearts came out originally, just to double check. Kingdom Hearts release date. The original Kingdom Hearts was released on March 28th, 2002. Dang. And then this game came out 4 years later. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out when? 2019. That's how long these games took. By the way, between the 2006 to 2019 is where all the other games were being launched. That's why. I was 2 when this first came out. Dang. Let me see. It just would have been made 2 parts of 3 too. If it came back. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think like people with OCD, especially with like numbers, are probably going like, it would have been a perfect full team. So you're kind of in the hopes of like, hey, will I get a full stack, like a second full stack? But nope, the game plays with your heart. I think someone asked me if like, oh, have you played with like Clea yet? I'm just going like, oh, did you get Clea as a party member? Nope. I have no idea how to figure out what to do in case when I was King Root.
Yeah.
Was I getting caught? Oh, wait, let me do it again. I was not paying attention. Let's play that minigame again. This is an added on minigame, by the way. Like, they didn't have this in the original game. Press triangle to practice duel. Defeat the enemy without getting caught. Oh, like that. No!
Yeah.
New record. Okay, well, that's how you do it. Okay. Good times. Only Disney I've ever played was first Epic Mickey. Epic Mickey was also like a very good, not very good take, but more so like it was a very interesting take on a series that like that like, you know, it was like an IP they didn't really utilize a lot. So it's interesting for them to kind of like talk about a little bit like have a darker kind of vibe on like about old school Disney. Though I also remember when Epic Mickey was first announced, they thought they were gonna go harder than that. Like the idea that like Mickey was going to like do a lot of like dark things in Epic Mickey, and then it turned out it wasn't as bad as people first were perceiving it. I saw something that said Mickey was supposed to be the main character of this game. Yeah, Mickey was supposed to be the main character of Kingdom Hearts, but then they changed it to their original character, Sora. The reason why and how you can kind of tell that Sora was kind of not supposed to be the main character of Kingdom Hearts was the clothes itself. Because as you can see, like in this game especially, Mickey was supposed to, like the outfit design for Sora, that was supposed to be for Mickey. And then they changed in the development stage to like have an original character. But they couldn't get the rest of Mickey because the other game they created Sora. Yeah, I don't know. Like the story behind it is like they probably did have the rights because Mickey is in the game. But I think like Disney had like didn't like the idea of like they didn't super love the idea or like that Mickey was the main character for whatever reasons, or like they using his IP in a certain way. Because again, Disney has a very they like their characters being portrayed in very specific ways. They don't, and if it's like in a way that they don't particularly agree with, then they're going to have issues. That's why a lot of people have trouble with working with Disney sometimes. Not saying that like Disney doesn't sell well, obviously, right? I think if you slap Disney onto most of its IP, generally speaking, people, you know, they're gonna look past it for the most part. Nyut nyut, thank you for the pat juice. But yeah, like, this is like, you know, again, a lot of more like historians or game historians probably would give you like a better, read on like what exactly it was for, what their particular reasons were, because like even for me, I don't particularly know everything about Kingdom Hearts. A lot of what I'm saying is based on like my my general experiences with the franchise. So I have quite a few friends who actually are huge fans of this series in particular, right? So they might be able to give like a better breakdown of the game. For me, but for me, I'm more of a casual player, if you can believe. But yeah, they have a shooter like this. Oh no. Might as well play this shooting game because I'm not gonna play it. I only play it once really. This is definitely 5 hours of YouTube videos I can watch when I'm doing chores. Yeah, definitely. Especially if you have no interest in like playing the game. That's kind of like what I did with... Okay, not necessarily what I did with like Expedition 33. Expedition 33, I knew in my heart I probably was not going to play all the secret stuff or do all like the side missions because I'm really bad at parrying. Like that's just my life right there, right? But like I've been watching a lot of like people breaking down the story of and like sharing their theories about Expedition 33, and it's been really interesting. Definitely, if you have a chance to play Expedition 33, when it goes on sale, not saying that it doesn't deserve like the full amount. It's a smaller studio, and again, it's like the amount of work that they put into it in the history of like Expedition 33, which is a completely different game and franchise, right? I would say for that is like, if you can afford to buy it at full price, I would recommend it because like it goes towards supporting like a small independent studio. But if you can't, then wait for it to go on sale. It's a fantastic game either way. I hope they eventually make the SKA plushie because I want that plushie so desperately. It is adorable. Wow, they really just given me everything. Wow. S rank. It's on my sales list, yeah. Only JRPGs I've only played are Mario and Luigi games. You know what's one JRPG I really want to play? I really want to play Mario RPG. Patterned skin. Wow. I missed one item. But what can I do? Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Well... I like how it went through like 90% to like from like 18% to 90%. Oh wait, I didn't select the level, did I? I messed up, didn't I? I did. This is the level I wanted to do. But yeah, it's one of, I think for, in terms of Kingdom Hearts, I think it's also a game that's worth playing. Especially if you can. Like, this one goes on sale quite a bit. Do you have to play all the sub-games? Probably not, honestly, to understand the game. By the way, the challenge mode is basically just going backwards. Come on! Challenge mode, yeah. It helps when you have a better gummy ship, too. Oh my god, please! That was only a B? Okay, gotta go and eat and sleep now. Next time here, Suzumi, big thanks for the sub. Yeah, thank you again for the sub, and have a good rest. Thank you for raiding and dropping in. I really do appreciate it. And hope you had fun hanging out. You can also edit the gummy ships too. I never really understood the whole thing about this. Place gummy, copy and paste. Cause I'm sure like there's ways to like make the most efficient mini gummy. Add curves, paint. Like that. So confusing. Jeez. How far does it go? Oh shoot, my phone. It's dying. Let me just charge my phone. But speaking of which, I'm kind of looking at the time right now, right? I'm wondering if actually, because I don't have much to do in terms of the, well, other than playing like the gummy mini games, which are not my favorite, honestly. Unless I do the skateboarding stuff. I guess I could do skateboarding, right? Hey, Santa. But I'm not sure what the skateboarding really does. Like, I don't see anybody to talk to about the skateboarding. It's so hard when you want to play the game, but you can't right now. But, you know, I must resist, you know? But we did some of the mini games, so at least we completed some of it. And we got the missing treasure chest. Very important. Equally important, I would say. And we also figured out how to get some of the charms. But, seeing as we're kind of at a stump, I'm kind of stumped what to do. Because I pretty much cleaned up, as I didn't expect to clean up that fast. What we'll do, I guess, is that we'll raid into somebody. Because if I continue playing, I'm just gonna keep going through the game. And that's a big no-no at the moment. I had to exercise some self-restraint, right? Let's go over to just chatting right now. Yeah, thank you everyone for dropping by and hanging out with me. It was really fun getting to play some more Kingdom Hearts before ending off the stream for just a little bit. Right now, let me see who we can raid into. Let us raid into... Let's raid into Wadi's stream right now because she's also an artist, but she's also playing a fun RPG that I haven't played personally, but I heard it's quite fun for a lot of people. I hope that everyone, in the meantime, has a good day, good morning, or good afternoon. I really appreciate all of you for dropping by. I really do. And I will see you possibly tomorrow for more Yakuza. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.